I already know what you're all thinking. You with your dirty little minds. I'm not naked. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a full face of first impressions, which, as I'm sure a lot of you guys will know, is one of my most favorite videos to film. So I'm buzzing. So over the past few weeks, I have been doing a lot of shopping, a lot of sale shopping mostly. So I don't feel as guilty. As a lot of you guys will know, I am very, very lucky in the fact that I am on a fair few PR lists, but I do still like to buy a lot of my makeup myself. I know. How humble of me. And also, as I'm sure a lot of you guys will know firsthand, makeup is expensive. So when it comes down to shopping, I like to save as much money as I can. Which casually segues me into the fact that this video is actually sponsored by SHOPTAGR, which I am very, very excited about. I've already worked with SHOPTAGR once before. Honestly, sponsorship aside, I have been using SHOPTAGR for months now. Like even before I actually first started working with them, it's something that I've used for, I want to say like over 6 months now. Basically, SHOPTAGR is a free online web app which helps you to save money while you shop. So obviously it's like my most favorite thing ever. It's super easy to download. It takes just a couple of clicks. You can get it on your phone. You can also get it on your web browser, which is what I personally tend to prefer doing. So basically the way that SHOPTAGR works is, say for example, you're just scrolling through one of your favorite websites. Say there's like a palette or something you want to buy, but you don't necessarily want to buy it at full price. All you do is select the SHOPTAGR button and then it saves it to one of your wish lists. I personally have two. I have one for clothes and one for makeup. And then from there you can get notified anytime there's any sort of like price reduction, or if something's out of stock, you can then get a notification for when it's back in stock. So for example, this Stacey Marie palette, it is not the cheapest thing in the world. It comes in at around £40. So when I first saw this, I added it to my SHOPTAGR wish list and I asked them to notify me anytime there was any kind of price reduction. So then lo and behold, a few weeks later, Beauty Bay actually had a sale on and I got notified, and I ended up saving, I think, 15% on this palette from doing absolutely nothing. So that was a win. So like I said, SHOPTAGR will obviously notify you anytime there's any sort of price reduction on anything in your wish list. But what they'll also do, say for example, if you've added something that is out of stock to your wish list, they will tell you when it actually comes back in stock as well. Which is probably one of my favorite features, to be honest, because it just means that I don't have to keep going on the same website over and over again to check to see if something's in stock. I just get notified. So the way that you can get notified is through text, I believe, and also email, which is the way that I like to do it. So yeah, it's like kind of a good thing in the fact that I'm saving money, but then I'm also kind of like thinking to myself, I just saved like £10 on that thing, so I can go and spend £10 on the other thing. So in all honesty, I'm not sure if this is helping my shopping addiction or just making it a whole lot worse. So I will of course leave all of the information for SHOPTAGR in the description box down below, so make sure you check that out if you want to save some money. But that's enough about all that. Now it's time to paint this face. My neighbour is singing so loudly next door and she's really bad. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's really loud and really bad. Well, anyway, I guess she's just giving me like royalty-free background music, so thanks, hun. Got a new headband that doesn't want to fit over my face. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, boy. So you know what, today, I think I'm actually going to start off with my eyes because, like I said, I've got the Stacey Marie palette and I don't know if you've seen it before. There's a lot of colours, so I want to make sure we don't have any kind of fallout. Don't know if there's going to be in this palette, but I just want to be sure. So we're going to start with eyes. Although first of all, what I am going to do is prime my skin. So what I have here is the Revolution Hydrate and Prime Primer. I believe they have like 3 or 4 different types of these. One's like a pore filling one. I think one's like a mattifying one, but I just went for the hydrating because that's my thing. Whoa. Okay, it's literally like a moisturizer. By the way, excuse my face. I have been digging at like every single thing I could find. I was plucking my eyebrows yesterday and I have one of those light up magnifying mirrors. And so I was just like squeezing my face and looking at things, and it didn't look too bad when I was close up. I then looked at like a regular mirror and my face was just like bright red. So excuse that. Okay, that feels all right. Sunk in quickly. It's got a little bit of a tack to it, which is cool. So now we're going to move on to concealer. This is the Studio Fix 24 Hour Smooth Wear Concealer in the shade NC40. It's from MAC. Oh, I don't know if this is going to be too dark for me. We'll see. It's the only concealer I've got right now, so we're using it. I'm just going to go ahead and prime my lid with that. I'm just going to blend that out. I never know my MAC color. Does anyone else know their MAC color? Does anyone know my MAC color? I just go in and I just look at things and I'm like, yeah, that'll work. I'm actually going to do this around my whole eye just because I don't know what kind of look I'm going to do. So then we're going to go in with this guy, and I'm not going to set my lid like I normally would because every single person that I've seen use this palette never ever sets it. So we're going to try it. We're going to try it. So I feel like I've got to do some sort of blue because there's a lot of blue tones here. And you guys know blues are my favorites. So I think we're going to have to focus on the blues. All right, so what I'm going to do is go in with this shade here called Mint. And I'm just going to tap that in my crease. I've never heard anything about this brand really. Like all I've ever heard about this brand is this palette. Whoa, digging that colour. You know what guys, I feel like I'm actually starting to like this whole not setting the lid thing. Oh my god, I think she stopped. Nope. It was just a change in song. Brilliant. Alright, then what do I want to do? What I'm going to do is take this yellow shade here called Keen. And just apply that kind of slightly over the top just to give it a bit more of a blend. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. That is a good ass yellow. Not an ass yellow, just a good yellow. Okay, that blends so well. It's like, that's pretty much just like doing it for me. I'm barely doing anything here. I'm then going to go in with this shade here called Sky. Gee, these are so pigmented. And I'm going to kind of just sketch that a little bit under my crease. Okay, this is actually like exceeding my expectations, to be honest. And then I think what I might actually do is take this shade here called Mood, this like navy blue, on a little tiny packing brush. And I think I'm going to do some sort of like halo eye. Okay, yeah, glad I didn't do my foundation first because there is a fair bit of fallout with that one. Then I'm going to take the shade Sky again and just lightly go over the top of that. I'm now going to take a bit more concealer just on the back of my hand. And I'm going to just dot some of that in the centre. Don't know if I like this concealer like over the top of anything. I wouldn't necessarily say this is a good concealer for like doing this, but I'm going to persevere. Alright guys, I didn't like the eye look. Thought it was a bit too much. Like I wasn't sure on the crease and then the blue and then the little like halo bit, and then I didn't know what I was going to do on my lower lash line, so I just took it all off and pretty much did exactly the same thing, just without the little halo eye bit and without the navy. And now I like it a whole lot more. Nothing bad about the palette. The palette is sick. Like I'm literally looking at it like this might be a new favourite of mine. It was just me. I was just being a bit too out there and I didn't like what I did. So for foundation, I look so crazy right now. For foundation, I have the YSL All Hours Foundation Stick, which is in the shade BD35 Warm Caramel. I'm just going to draw some little stripes on my face. It's very creamy. Oh, very creamy actually. Now it's like warmed up to my skin. I literally can't even feel it like applying to my face. Got no idea what sort of coverage this is supposed to be. Probably find it's like the most full coverage thing in the world. Okay, yeah, this looks like it's got a lot of coverage. Look how like green my under eyes are from that palette. I think it does stain a little bit, which is something to note. Okay, that's looking all right. It's kind of like a medium coverage foundation, I'd say. I think I prefer it applying it with a brush. It just seems to blend out a lot more easily. I feel like if you were to use it with a sponge, you might need some sort of like oil kind of base underneath. So now I'm going to go back in with that matte concealer. I'm just going to use this under my eyes and anywhere else I might need it. I'm going to sharpen up my eyes ever so slightly. Alright, so now we're going to move on to powder. So what I have here is the Vichy Derma Blend Setting Powder. I believe I picked up the translucent one. Yeah, thank God. I have heard a lot of people talk about this powder in the past. Not so much of like a recent thing, but it's definitely been something that I've seen a lot of people hype up. Right, let's start off by setting these old under eyes. Alright, so far so good. Seems quite hydrating, like my under eyes don't look dry or anything. I think one thing I can say that I do like about doing my eyes first is that by the time you get to your base, normally that's the kind of thing that I start off with. So when I do get to my base, I'm like, oh shit, we're nearly there. Like we've nearly done it. Yeah, I'm liking how that looks on my skin actually. That looks really good. Okay, me and you are going to fall out in a minute, mate. This just does not want to be covered up, but we're forcing it. Next, we're going to move on to this guy from The Balm. This is the Highlight and Contour palette, which looks like this. I didn't actually know what this looked like. I just got it because I'd never really heard of it before. We've got 2 matte highlighters, 2 shimmery highlighters. We've got highlighters in the Carnival palette. And then we've got 3 contouring and bronzing powders and then a blush as well. So what I'm going to do is I think going with this shade here, which is called 20 decibels. Whoa, that is quite dark. That is quite dark. Oh my god. Can we try and bring that back a little bit maybe? Please? Please? Okay, very, very light hand with this. Like, I'm barely even touching it. What the hell have I done on this side? This is such a fail. This is such a bloody fail. I'm now really scared of this palette. I don't know if I like the contouring powders on this. They're too strong. So now I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of 64 Hertz, which looks very pretty. Hey. Oh, that's nice. Okay, I like this palette a bit more now. You've redeemed yourself there. But what I really want to try is this palette. This bloody thing, like the shade Sinner, just looks incredible. Look at that. So we're gonna use that if you don't mind. To be honest, they don't really look much different. We need to do my brows. That's probably why I'm looking at myself like, what the hell? Because we're just doing everything like really mismatched today. And then I'm going to take a pencil brush and I'm going to go in with that highlighter. And then I'm going to take a little flat brush again and pop that on my inner corner. Oh, already so much better. Yeah, boy. Right, we need to do something to my lower lash line because that's why I'm looking crazy. What should we do? I'm thinking maybe like the navy or something. I'll just do Sky on my lower lash line and I might add Breezy, this shimmer like a little bit to my lids. I'm doing that. Put Sky right on my lower lash line. Literally taking like the tiniest amount because I don't want like any fallout or anything. Yeah, so now I'm going to take the shade Breezy, which is the like shimmery blue. And I'm going to put that on my lid. Just to kind of add a little bit of something. Okay, yeah, that's what we needed. We were looking too matte. So what I have for my brows here is the new Urban Decay Double Down Brow Waterproof, Smudge-Proof Brow Putty. This one here is in the shade Neutral Nana, I think. I think that's what it's called. Okay. It's just a pretty standard like brow powder, I guess. Comes with a teeny tiny brush with a little spoolie on the end. Yeah, it just kind of looks like a brow powder. That's fine. So I'm going to fill in my brows. I'm not sure this is necessarily the perfect colour for me. It seems a little bit warm. But it looks alright. I mean, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. There's no problems with it whatsoever. I'm just not normally much of like a brow powder person. So this is nice. It's kind of just a little bit wasted on me though because I like a pomade, I like a pencil. Then we'll move on to mascara. So what I have here is the Lottie London Lash Goals Ultra Volumizing Mascara. Try and like dig my way into it. Oh, weird. It's like all bendy and weird. But let's try it. It's taking a little while to like do anything. I mean, lash goals. I wouldn't say this is lash goals. It's not. I've got long lashes, but this isn't really doing much for them. It's not bloody lash goals. It's got like all the gear, but no idea. Yeah, it's a no from me. Alright, so next up we'll move on to lips. So what I have here is the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in the shade Iconic Nude. Pretty much what it says on the tin. An iconic nude. I've heard so much about these lip liners. Especially Pillow Talk, that when I saw this one in this shade, I was like, yoink. Obviously paid for it as well, but like, yeah. Feels like something that's actually going to stay on my lips, which is good. Look a little bit waxy. Yeah, I like this. I feel like I could have done with a lip balm underneath. So noted for next time, but it's like my perfect kind of nudie colour. And it does not seem like it's going to budge or anything. So now last but not least, I'm going to go in with an Anastasia liquid lipstick. This one here is in the shade Stripped. I think I'm going to go in with this anyway. How light are you? Yeah, I think I'll go in with it, and I might add like a little bit of concealer to the centre of my lips to kind of lighten it a touch. Ooh, that's a nice colour. That's a very nice colour. And then yeah, what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of that concealer I was using. A little tiny tap in the centre. Just while it's still wet so I can lighten it. And there we go. I think. I need lashes. All right, lashes are on. Sorted out my hair a little bit. Don't know what it's doing. We got there in the end. And despite all of like the little hiccups in between, I'm actually pretty happy with how this look turned out. I feel like it all kind of came together right at the end. Definitely glad I simplified the eye makeup a little bit because I feel like if I left it how it was, it would just look absolutely insane. Love the little lip combination I've got going on. I like the foundation. I like the concealer. Not my favorites, but I still like them, and to be honest, I will still probably use them quite often. Brow powder was nice, it just wasn't like a favourite of mine. Really liked the actual like face setting powder though, that was really nice. Mascara, I've got to say, was a bit of a fail. I wasn't really into it. Like, I built it up so it does look better now, but it was just so much effort, and the fact that it's supposed to be lash goals was not giving me lash goals. And then we also have this, the Balm palette, which I really like the highlighter. I feel like I'm going to have to play around with the contouring and bronzing powders a little bit because they're just so intense that I feel like I would like them if I just figured out the best like amount of pressure I had to kind of like use to put them on my face. Does that make sense? They were just so pigmented that they actually almost screwed me over, but I think we saved it. So guys, let me know what you think of this look in the comment section down below. I will do cutaways of both me with my fake blue eyes and then also with my brown eyes because I feel like this could look really nice with my natural coloured eyes. Let me know which look you prefer in the comment section down below, and let me know if you've tried out any of the products that I have featured today. Once again, a big thank you to SHOPTAGR for sponsoring this video. I will, of course, again, leave all the links and everything down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you do want to see more of me because I upload all the damn time. But apart from that, that is it from me. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.